This is another episode of the Flight Ringers podcast. I'm David King. That's Dan Spottswood.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
We are professional cartoonists, and we are Legion of Superheroes experts.
Shaq.
Yeah, how come they didn't stick him in, like, whatever the thing was that used Nicolas Cage for a second? Which one of those movies was it? It was the Flash movie, right? Yeah, put Shaq in there. I don't think that was technically a DC superhero movie, though, was it? Like, he didn't have the Superman S. Like, did they have Superman in it at all? I didn't see it.
Yeah, they were hedging their bets with it or something. They didn't want to attach it too strongly to Superman because they didn't know what they were doing with Superman at that point. For a while, they did that with the Steel character. I always hated it. They took the S off him. It's like, he's not going to work without an S. His chest is just blank. They did that on the cartoon. They brought him into the Paul Dini, the cartoon, and they took his cape and his S away.
What? So he's just like in an armor. He looks like Gray Iron Man.
Right. I'm like, he's letting this clone kid have it, this weird alien girl have it. He's letting everybody. Black guy can't keep the S. I want it back.
Well, yeah, and Superman didn't like give permission for the Metropolis kid and the Eradicator to have the S.
Right. You know, Dennis Cohen, he worked on that book for a while. And it might have been the Milestone Writer guy, too. And he was talking about, like, he kind of hates that character because he felt like that character was a complete ripoff of Hardware. But after Milestone got canceled, they needed work. So they were working on the character that ripped off their character.
Yeah, the knockoff version.
Yeah.
That would be kind of humiliating in a way, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know they worked on it. Like, they didn't start it, right? That was like Louise Simonson and...
Yeah, and Bogdanov.
Were they doing both of those? Like Man of Steel and Steel?
I'm sure Louise was. I don't know if the artist switched books or if he tried to do both. I don't know.
They didn't change Man of Steel to the Steel solo book, did they? They kept them both.
Yeah, I mean, it was his solo book while Superman was dead, but then they gave him his own book afterwards. And they eventually gave him the S back.
That's nice. Threw him a bone.
Actually, it was Dennis Cohen who did, but he changed it a little, like gave him his own S. He said he has to have his own S, and I'm like, why can't he have the Superman S? And like, why am I arguing with this guy? Like a fucking legend, whatever he says.
I mean, it makes sense that he has his own S, right?
Yeah.
Like, he only had the Superman S because Superman wasn't using it anymore.
Right.
As I recall. It was a world without Superman.
They're still keeping him around. He's like the super genius black best friend that every superhero has to have now. Like Rhodey.
Mr. Terrific is that too, right?
Yeah.
The current Mr. Terrific.
I still can't believe Keith Giffen didn't invent that character.
Who? Mr. Steel
Terrific.
Or Mr. Terrific?
Mr. Terrific. Everything about him screams Keith Giffen to me.
Oh, really?
Maybe he did. And
I don't know that much about him.
Well, if you look at him, like, first of all, he has this T on his face that makes his face covered in shadow the whole time, almost in the same pattern that Giffen would use sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like the jacket with the writing on it, it just looks like something Keith Giffen would cook up to me. I think it says like fair play down the sleeves. And
I think he's like a Jeff Johns creation, right?
Maybe.
Like the
I doubt he designed him.
Well, yeah. I don't know who was drawing that stuff. Maybe Alex Ross designed him.
Maybe.
I was looking at those. I went to this comic sale and I got this Lightning Saga, one of the issues, that has like a variant cover. And I'm like, I don't have any of these. So I went and had to track down which issues it was and put it on my list. But yeah, a bunch of those JSA from that period. Like it's like issue 5 or something, like when the Lightning Saga one, real early. And they all have these Alex Ross covers. Like they look like Kingdom Come.
Yeah, that's Justice Society of America. Like,
right.
They just decided arbitrarily, like, it's like they actually got that book to survive without getting canceled, and they got it up to issue 65 or something like that. And like, let's start it over. And then they had Alex Ross doing the covers. And there was some kind of like Kingdom Come sequel-y thing going on in it.
Wait, they had JSA, went for 60 issues, and they rebooted it as Justice Society.
Mm-hmm. They did the same thing to JLA at the same time.
Yeah, for some reason they liked the initials for a while, and they stopped liking the initials, huh?
Yeah, I kind of like the initials.
It kind of doesn't make sense for a new reader, right? Like you would...
Yeah, I guess.
Not that those words in that configuration means anything to anyone anyway, but just like 3 letters, like what does this mean?
You're right. I mean, ideally, I think they're both names are better if you just take the of America off.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense anymore. Maybe it made sense in World War II. We're doing the Cold War.
Actually, what makes the most sense is to call it the League of
Imperialists.
Justice. The League of Justice and the Society of Justice.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the Justice Society, because that actually means, to me, that means less than Society of Justice would.
Yeah.
But also Society of Justice also doesn't really make too much sense because things aren't really organized.
League of Justice sounds to me like some kind of dystopian.
It sounds like a hate group,
right?
Think tank
right.
type of thing,
Right.
Like the Daughters of the Constitution or something.
Right. They're nurturing far-right Supreme Court justices.
Right. Yeah, their goal is to keep the traditions of America alive.
Right.
Or something, and keep Confederate statues from being torn down and things.
The Daughters of the Confederacy.
Yeah. Wait, is that what it? Daughters of the American Revolution? Maybe they're two different.
I think
things.
There is something like that. I'm not sure. The Daughters of the Confederacy, and I'm not even sure. As far as I know, there's lots of men in that group high up. Like maybe they just thought they'd sound more sympathetic if they put the woman's name, said daughters. But yeah, they're the ones who put up all those ahistorical markers all over the country.
Ahistorical
about
markers.
The Lost Cause and all that shit.
What's the Lost Cause? What is that?
The Lost Cause? That's the alternate history of the Civil War. Slavery didn't have anything to do with it, that kind of stuff.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, it's about states' rights.
Right.
The states' rights to have an economy based entirely on slavery.
Right. They got a lot of good, useful skills from slavery, you know?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was a good one.
Can't believe. Who would
what
say
year,
that?
What year did somebody say that? 1952? Oh, no, that was last year.
Yeah, it was 2023.
Yeah. They liked it. They liked being slaves. We watched Harry and the Hendersons last night.
Mm.
The effects are pretty good. That guy looks pretty real. A lot realer than CGI. It's a kid's movie, Bigfoot.
Right. Did he have like a whole motorized like face?
Must have.
Like it wasn't just a dude who could like do shit with the makeup on. They must have had something that could move.
But he had, I don't know. I guess that could be his real eyes with contacts in or something like that. So the same guy played the Predator, and he was the basketball player who could shrink in Misfits of Science, if you're old enough to remember that.
I do remember that.
I think he specialized in playing really tall monsters. Man, I love that show, Misfits of Science. He had Dean Martin Jr.
Wow.
Dino. He was like the main character. Just the real genius Val Kilmer type.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was a little bit too young for that. Like, I remember it. I think my brother was excited that it was coming out because it was kind of like a superhero show or something. But I don't think I ever was able to get into it. And it was probably only on for like 5 episodes or something too, right?
Yeah, just one season. But it was the closest we got for a long time.
Yeah.
You had a guy who could run real fast and shoot lightning bolts out of his hands. There was someone who could shrink, someone with telekinetic powers, someone with Iceman-like powers.
Yeah. I wonder why I didn't ever watch it. I don't know. Maybe it was just on after my bedtime or something.
Too busy watching My Little Pony.
It was on at night, right? It was a nighttime show.
Mm-hmm. I think Friday nights.
Huh, yeah, that's
probably
weird.
Right after Manimal.
Yeah. I never watched Manimal either, did you?
Yeah, of course. Anything remotely comic bookish, I would watch.
I think Manimal was only like 6 episodes too. Like very short. Like it wasn't a complete season of TV.
Did you ever see Automan?
I never saw it. I remember hearing about that too.
It was Desi Arnaz Jr.
Oh, really?
And he was like a computer it was basically Tron. He was like a computer program come to life, and he had all this neon glowing stuff on his costume.
Oh, he didn't turn into a car? That's Turbo Teen.
Oh, yeah. But
I thought Automan was the same thing. Yeah. I thought Automan also turned into a car. But you're saying
no, but he had like an auto. He had like some kind of sports car that was all made out of energy and that could move sideways.
Wow.
As well as forward.
I bet that looks so good in like 80s TV effects.
I haven't watched it recently, but in my memory it was good.
Yeah. All I remember from Manimal is that they had this, like the opening showed him like transform into stuff, and like they had this close up of his hand, like turning, and he's like flexing his knuckles really hard, and it's all sweaty.
And bumps are coming out of it.
Yeah, it looks so gross and weird.
Yeah. It looks like there's like gerbils or something crawling underneath his skin.
Yeah. Yeah, it had to have been a fake hand, huh? But it's like in this weird, like contorted pose because it's beginning to look like a cat's paw or something from above.
Right.
Ugh, gross. Give me My Little Pony. I mean, there's shit that like our drawing skills should have qualified us for, but we just are too dumb to have gotten into it or something, I guess. I can't remember when I lived in San Diego, there was some kind of like artist meetup thing that I went to a couple of times, and there was this dude, he's always around, and he was like, you know, you people who draw comics would be perfect for interface design or something for computer systems and shit, you know, like icons and all that stuff, which I think is probably or was, I mean, this was a long time ago, but it was like a high paying job, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was a honorable profession at one point. Like, it was a viable skill, and that like totally evaporated like in our young adult lives. Like it's almost non-existent now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could even get trained to do it, you know, like there was still like these kind of hanger-on kind of design classes and shit that would teach you some of that stuff, like, but yeah, just the skills of being a good illustrator, a good graphic designer, hand lettering at high proficiency, technical drawing type of stuff, like, yeah, those are good skills to have, or they were until 1990 or something, you know. Too bad.
Yeah, and they tried to tell us, like, yeah, sure, everybody can get a hold of a desktop publishing program and have their secretary do it. But that doesn't mean they can do it well. That's why you're going to study this. But turns out they don't really need it to be done well.
Right, that never mattered.
So they're fine just having their secretary do it.
Yeah.
Or someone who's like an amazing designer who's willing to work for peanuts because they're desperate for work.
Nobody even does websites anymore, I don't think. Or they're all kind of drag and drop.
Yeah, I think that's kind of taken over. And yeah, like everyone just make a Facebook page.
Yeah. I never look at a Facebook page for anything.
I do like old art or something. Or groups. There's groups. I follow like some Legion related Reddits. But I don't know. It's kind of like the same people that are over at the Facebook groups, and there's not a lot of useful shit to get out of it anyway. Just fans arguing over if Matter Eater Lad can digest adamantium or not. 90% of the posts are arguing about when was the point where it all went to shit. The franchise is destroyed. It'll never come back. So now they just quibble over when it got ruined.
Today I was looking at the Legion World message board. They have like some kind of little mini chat that's on the front page. That's just this constant scroll where people will like say goodnight to each other and have a good weekend to each other and stuff. And that's more active than the whole rest of the message board.
Right.
I think.
Well, we're getting to the point where even the young people, the people in their 20s, they probably didn't grow up with a Legion. You know, 10 years ago, it had already been canceled. Yeah,
like even the reboot guys are old comics, right?
Yeah, those are like 30 years ago.
And they're just fucking dollar bin trash. Huh, that's pretty weird. Pretty fucking old.
I hope they put out what do they call those? Compendiums?
A compendium?
The compendiums are the paperback ones that are like as thick, maybe thicker than omnibuses. Those super thick ones, they should do one of the post-zero hour stuff. I would read it like that if it was just a big fat phone book of it. Those have been out for a couple years. They're like $40 a piece.
Oh.
They have like over 1,000 pages.
What books have come out that way? I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
There's not a lot. There is Starman, the James Robinson. There's 2 volumes. It's the whole series between the 2 volumes. I think maybe like Books of Magic. There's a Sandman Mystery Theater. It's like the first 50 issues of that. The guy is Guy Davis and Matt Wagner.
Yeah, that was a good comic.
There's a Tom Strong one with all the Tom Strong stuff ever done. There's Milestone ones that have all the Milestone books in them.
Huh, that's weird. I vaguely remember hearing about something like that, but I don't think I've ever seen a book like that. So they probably just make 500 of them, don't they? Just like the omnibuses or just like some of the omnibuses.
I don't know. I mean, they haven't put out that many. There's maybe a dozen of them. They're all still in print.
Oh, really? Wow.
Nothing's disappeared yet. it seems likely that they'll be replaced with this new format. I don't know that they're going to have both.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they will.
It's weird to have 1,000-page books of comics.
Mm.
Like, it's hard to read a 1,000-page book, whatever you're trying to read in it, you know? But I also get that you can't fucking sell 10 trade paperbacks of the Starman series. And there are some people who want that and will bitch and moan about getting it, I guess.
Might be able to sell Starman. I feel like that has a cult following.
It's old now, like Legion of Superheroes, right? Like, you know, like that started at the same time as the reboot Legion.
Maybe. I feel like it has more cred.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's a little hipster. It's somewhere in between like Neil Gaiman Sandman and regular superhero stuff.
Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of checked out of what like a comic reader, like a guy who's 28 wants to read in a comic, you know? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know anybody that young reading comics.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who are they? Where do they come from? Yeah, this dude, he's like, I think I want to read an old comic.
Mm-hmm.
Heard about this Starman thing. How do I read every page of it? I want to pay $100. You know, like, who are you? Who is this guy? The person who buys the 1,000-page reprint book is not a collector. He's just looking to get all of it at one time, right? And not dig through back issue bins. So I guess that's who the market is for that stuff. People love him in the Taken series.
Yeah, this was after those.
Oh, was it? Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that long ago.
Well, he still has movies coming out all the time.
I've never seen any of those. I just think it's funny whenever I see a trailer for the sequel, he has to get back on the phone. I want you to listen very carefully. Like they have to like engineer the phone call to be part of it each time.
He gets a cell phone off of some hood and he does caller, what do they call it? Call return or whatever. He star 69s them to get to the boss.
I'm going to kill you and everyone you know.
I mean, that's how kidnappers work. They call you. That's every kidnapping movie. I think the most recent Liam Neeson movie I saw, he plays
Doesn't he just always play that guy?
Kind of. He's either a good guy, like an aging special forces guy. That's what Taken is.
Uh-huh.
But then this one, he was an assassin. He's trying to get out of the business because he's getting dementia because he's so old.
Oh.
And so he goes through this movie like forgetting what he's trying to do or who he's trying to kill and stuff.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but it's also ridiculous because like he what the hell happens? I remember how silly it was. Like he still bags like a hot chick and has sex with her.
I don't know you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't commit to anything.
But like his memory stuff is kind of silly. Like he forgets his hotel room number when somebody's chasing him and stuff like that. But he still has no problem. You know, he's not drooling or anything like that. He can still hook up with a woman who's 35. I don't know.
He's living the dream.
I think at the same time I watched this Jeff Bridges thing called The Old Man on Hulu, where it's another one of these things. Like they do this like so old dudes can vicariously live through these stars where it's like Jeff Bridges is like an ex-spy with whatever the whole of the spy outfit's coming after him. And so like every episode he like fucking punches guys to death, you know, and he's running, he's hauling ass. I
never really saw him as the action hero type.
Well, you should watch this show because he kills people like crazy.
Liam Nielsen's kind of taken the role that Harrison Ford used to have. The guy he plays in The Fugitive and just about every other movie that isn't Indiana Jones or Star Wars. He's like the shy older man who suddenly has to save the airplane. Or he always has like kind of a sad expression on his face while he's kicking ass. They should get those two dudes together and do Grumpy Old Ben.
Oh, yeah. But they like punch guys to death. And then they still like, you know, Liam Neeson gets back to the hotel and there's a necktie hanging on the doorknob. And Harrison Ford's in there like porking with
some 25-year-old or something. Are you sure we haven't done this comic before? I feel like we've done it before.
We didn't. We did two.
It's amazing.
I think we did 211 and 212 already, but we haven't done this one.
Yeah, I was trying to guess an issue to cover, to throw some ideas at you, and they all were around this. There's 2 or 3 right around this that are all, I think, worthy of doing. Like the The Death of Invisible Kid issue, which has a really awesome cover by the Titans guy.
Nick Cardy?
Escapes me. Right. I think Grell did the interior of that Cardy issue. I think that's like 206, but there's a lot of good ones around there that we haven't gotten to yet. Thought this one looked kind of good too.
Oh, yeah.
Like Ultra Boy gets swallowed again. Right, I don't think it's the Energy Beast this time, but...
Well, wait, was that the one we were just... Is that Jaws of Death?
Have we done that one?
No, but we were talking about it in the video that got posted today.
I haven't gotten to listen to that yet. This is 213. This is 203.
Oh, damn, that looks good. Those Nick Cardy covers are so good.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, it's got this amazing Mon-El.
I think the Superboy drawing is weird, too. Like,
yeah. We'll get to him eventually. Greetings, Legionnaires.
Superboy 210. I need to get a new copy of this thing. Mine looks real ratty.
It's a Legion of Superheroes double feature. Not one, but two stories. Though clocking under 18 pages, I think. Probably could have used those extra 4.
It's definitely a short comic book.
Jim Shooter back at the helm. I don't know how long he's been back. Maybe this might be a second issue back.
I have no idea.
He hasn't been back long. Mike Grell and Ben Oda as the letterer, I think.
That jives with what I saw, yes.
And the notorious Murray Boltinoff editing.
No, notorious.
He's notorious. We'll get into that soon.
Oh, we're going to talk about it today?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. You did some homework on this one.
And this came out in May of 1975.
What made you choose this one?
Desperation.
Okay.
I just guessed this one would be good. I thought the Karate Kid story would be worth talking about. And I like the first story kind of too. It reminds me of a Harlan Ellison Outer Limits episode. I don't know if Jim Shooter had been watching it, or it seems a little derivative maybe, but it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it totally seems like it came from somewhere else. The cover of the comic is just the first panel of the story, right? It leads right into...
the whole story summed up into one.
This is a comic about a soldier from 200 years ago. He's reanimated as a zombie soldier, but he hasn't forgotten his mission, and he continues fighting, and his mission is to take over Metropolis or destroy Metropolis. The battle he was in is the
Battle of Metropolis.
Battle of Metropolis. Like I guess it's some other force versus the forces of Metropolis 200 years ago in the 800s.
Right. It's 200 years previous during World War VI. There is an infamous Battle of Metropolis. It is unclear what they were fighting for or against. If he's from another country, if it's a civil war, if the Metropolitans have slaves, we don't know. None of that is explored. I
feel like Shooter was getting close to something with the idea of the zombie soldier who never stops fighting, like as some type of metaphor for like the cannon fodder view of soldiers, or for the endless wars we have today, something like that. How he's just as unthinking killer, can't kill him, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like it's intended to be kind of a message comic. There's kind of a quote at the end, and it seems to be vaguely talking about PTSD.
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah, I mean, the message is still not too clear. Like the quote at the end, it's not quite the message, I guess. But his name is Soldier. Superboy and Lightning Lad they're dicking around and shooting each other with blasts.
Right. The story starts with, I guess they're practicing by horsing around, zapping one another out in the park. And Lightning Lad fries Superboy a couple times. Superboy dodges the second blast. It hits the unmarked tomb.
Right. There's still a grave out here in 30th century Metropolis. Like, all they ever show us most of the time is giant skyscrapers and plastic buildings and stuff. Mm-hmm. But in this park, there's a shallow grave with the dead body from 200 years ago.
Right.
Still in it.
In remarkably good condition.
Yeah, only his sleeve is torn a little bit.
The drawings are great. No, I'm not like a macabre horror guy, but it kind of would have been cooler if he was partially skeletal.
Yeah, a little tore up. Yeah, this drawing on, it's just on page 2 where he's rising out of the ground. It's probably the best drawing in the comic.
Yeah. We get like a 1-page overview of this character's life. He was part of this infantry attacking Metropolis. Then he heroically attempts to smother a gamma grenade, I believe, to save the rest of the troops. And then is simultaneously hit by lightning. Talk about bad luck.
Yeah, I hope he went and played the lottery after this.
Right. Like Shooter's trying to come up with a good explanation for his supernatural resurrection. So he's like, we'll have this like sci-fi bomb hit him. Maybe that's not enough. Let's throw a lightning bolt in there too.
I mean, to me, that still doesn't equal zombie or Frankenstein's monster or whatever, kinda. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, like he needed to have a magician or somebody in there.
See, I think they should have played it for laughs. Like after he smothered the bomb, he's like, I'm all right. But then the lightning bolt gets him.
Yes, perfect.
Then he crawls out and then he gets hit by a car.
Yeah, total Nordberg scenario.
Right.
For this guy.
R.I.P. Nordberg.
Uh-huh. Page 3 has also another cool drawing of this space battle, I guess. Or it's not a space battle, it's a battle of Metropolis. An aerial battle. Looks pretty cool. Oh, yeah. So the lightning bolts of Lightning Lad is what resurrects this guy. He just needed another little jolt. The first bolt of lightning took the life from him, but preserved him. Yeah, didn't get messed up by the fucking grenade at all, did he?
Apparently not. He was so radioactive, I guess. They just covered him up. They couldn't even touch him.
Yeah. And he can still think and talk, I guess, at this point. And the last thing he remembers is that he was called Soldier. And in his mind, he misspells it. Not like the word soldier, but S-O-L-J-E-R. S-O-L because he's shit out of luck. J-E-R, I don't know what that stands for.
Yeah, it's a strange touch. Like, is he just saying it exactly the same, but in his head it's spelled differently?
Yeah, like that has to be what it is, right? Because, yeah, maybe he's just not bright and everything is kind of phonetic. He didn't know how to spell the word soldier. They should have misspelled everything he says.
Yeah.
He seems disoriented, I guess, is why.
Mm-hmm.
But then he begins his march toward Metropolis because he's going to complete the mission that he began 200 years ago to get to Metropolis and participate in a battle there or something.
I think possibly attack the equivalent of the White House.
Oh yeah, geez, I forgot the whole rest of the plot of this thing, huh?
The United Planets Presidential Palace.
But somehow he gets on the radar of the Legion of Superheroes. They go to stop him and he pulls out imaginary weapons and starts blasting them.
It's a pretty fun idea. I don't know if Jim Shooter lifted it from something else or not, but it looks really neat.
Yeah, like he's in the pose of holding guns and stuff that they just don't exist. Like I think that's a testament to the cartooning of Mike Grell that you can tell that this guy's holding a rifle, but it's just invisible.
The first guy he takes out is Superboy. That's one of the telltale signs that we're out of the Mort Wessinger era. Because Superboy, they can hurt him now. They don't have to work around his complete invulnerability to everything that I think was a dictate during Mortimer's
Yes. I mean, what's the explanation here? Just because it's magical or something that it happens?
It's antimatter.
Oh, antimatter fusion blast. Sizzled him.
Even Superboy can't withstand anti-energy. Yeah, it's pretty great. Then shortly afterwards, we have this great scene where he stabs Phantom Girl.
Yeah, he uses a non-existent knife to stab a phantom.
See, I think that's the best drawing in the book.
With the invisibility hatching. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, maybe it looks the most Simonson to me. I think that's how I judged artwork. How Simonson-esque it is.
I mean, this is a comic that's got good drawings in it. Grell's good. Turns out he's real good. I wrote him off for a long time, but I think I like him.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty interesting cat they're up against. I mean, he seems like someone they should overwhelm quickly, but he immediately knocks out Superboy and Phantom Girl. Now, here's the part that makes the least sense to me, but it's just probably for expedience to keep the story going because it's so short. Brainiac 5's genius plan is, okay, we just have to let him continue destroying the city. Let the police figure it out. We got to get these guys back to save them. Which, sure, that makes sense, but couldn't half of you continue fighting, or could you call the other 20 members who aren't in the story to come to Metropolis? Instead, they all hightail it. And they're like, it's up to the cops. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, it was important enough for them to show up in the first place, but then he retreats. And he totally could have given the order for somebody to stay around and keep fighting, even if we don't see them doing that.
I mean, I'm sure Lightning Lad's going to be indispensable in healing these two injured members, but he could probably just stay there and continue fighting. Like Brainiac 5 and maybe Chameleon Boy in this case need to go with the injured. Everyone else could just stay and continue fighting.
But Brainiac 5 gets all geared up, and this is the part that doesn't make sense, is when, as a longtime reader who knows all the powers of the Legion of Superheroes, Brainiac 5 tells Chameleon Boy to become a Phantom, which we know he can't. He's incapable of becoming a Phantom.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time he does it, but I don't think it's the last.
Really? I mean, he can't do that, Like, even if he could turn himself invisible, he couldn't turn himself into a Phantom, I don't think.
Right.
I don't think he can turn invisible either.
I think the idea is if he has complete control over his molecules, he can sort of spread them out. But I don't know that would be quite the same thing as what Phantom Girl does.
Right. I don't think so either. So, yeah, this whole scenario where Phantom Chameleon Boy gets hold of it's not just an immaterial Phantom knife, it's a knife that doesn't exist, but he can get hold of it as a Phantom and pull it out of Phantom Girl.
See, I like that. I mean, I don't know how much sense it makes, but I think it's interesting.
It's kind of a neat idea. I think that's sort of a hallmark of Jim Shooter comics, is there's ideas in them that some of these other guys, the Jerry Conways, even the Levitzes, they don't always have ideas. They have drama, I guess.
Right.
I guess it's because of nostalgia or whatever that I'm pretty convinced that Chameleon Boy couldn't do this. But if I was 11, this might be pretty cool. Like a Phantom guy turns into a Phantom to save a Phantom, and there's a Phantom weapons. That's kind of cool.
I mean, I'm averse to it too. There's like this sense of unfairness to me. It's like when, like in one of the annuals, Chameleon Boy shrinks down to a molecular level. And I'm like, that's not fair. That's Shrinking Violet's power. Like,
right.
You have enough power as it is. Like, let her have her unique power.
Yeah, exactly. What do you need Shrinking Violet for anymore then?
To kick ass,
I guess. But like, if this dude can shrink as small as Shrinking Violet, he can turn as Phantomic as Phantom Girl. How come he can't make himself as hard as a rock and be as as vulnerable as Superboy or something?
Right.
You don't need anybody else in the team. This guy can do it all.
Yep. But they needed to break that rule for that cool scene.
Yeah, the cool scene of him withdrawing an imaginary knife.
And he's even able to sort of feel it in these well-drawn Mike Grell hands. And he recognizes it as a World War VI knife.
Yeah, good drawings. He's gone doing this with his hands.
Yep.
He says, Brainy, get real. That was 200 years ago, dude.
Quick, to the library.
The library.
Now, because Brainiac 5, between the identification of the knife and his recognizing the uniform, Brainiac 5, they need to do some research. They know this guy must somehow be from the past.
Yeah, I want to know more about this invasion of Metropolis from 200 years ago. Like, that sounds like interesting canonical information to
I know.
Inform us about.
Yeah, I wish they would have. It reminds me of like when TV shows start talking about politics, but they don't really want to take a side with either character. So they talk about it in such ambiguous terms. You don't know which character is the conservative or the liberal, or if it's anything like that at all. Because they want to have the argument without pissing off the viewers, I guess.
Right. Yeah, you want to play it not too political, huh?
Or there's a politician on there and he just says very vague statements, so you can't really get a handle on what he really is. Or do things that either side would do, like support Israel unconditionally.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all going to do that, aren't they?
Right.
Never going to be an end to that. Yeah, so you're saying Shooter has done that here with this soldier guy.
I mean, that's how it plays out. And
right.
I don't know how in-depth he would have gotten anyway, but it had this been a longer story, that would have been a good place to put more story.
Yeah. I mean, my impression of this soldier is that he's part of the invading force of outsiders invading Metropolis. And I think I'm supposed to be on the side of Metropolis, right?
Right, but he seems they're writing him very sympathetically. So
Well, sympathetically, just because he got blown up saving his buddies, right?
yeah, I guess
Nothing
so.
else he's done is sympathetic because he's showing up trying to kill Superboy, trying to kill Phantom Girl. So he seems like a villain now.
I guess so. I guess, but I feel like they're playing him sympathetically enough that it's easy to read it as was Metropolis the South?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you kind of, I guess I'm left with either a neutral feeling towards this guy, which is maybe the problem, is that I don't feel like I either think that he is from like the Confederate Army, or he's just such a generic person that I don't care what happens to him. But he's reached the presidential palace, but before he can fire, he sees it's already destroyed.
Metropolis is in ruins.
And look, they've destroyed the public library. And here's a giant egg, like Mork's egg, maybe is crushed.
Right.
And Venus de Milo is there, not missing more than just her arms. Her head is gone too.
Yikes. And then his superior officer shows up. His name is Assad, his real name. Do you think that has any significance?
I don't know. I mean, they say his first name too, don't they?
What is it, Gary?
Mike Assad.
Mike Assad.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of name Assad is. ESSAD. Like
Sounds
what?
a little like Desaad.
Yeah, like Mike Assad is like Marquis Assad. So he's a fetishist, libertine. Is that what you call him, or something like that?
Right.
Also, I guess now I'm on his side. Sounds cool. Yeah, I don't know what the significance of his name might be.
Sergeant Richter shows up to tell him the war is over. So, and this is, I guess, somewhat, it's reminiscent of like ghost stories. Like certain ghost stories, once the ghost mission is over, he can disappear.
Right.
So the Legion has tricked him into thinking his mission is complete so he can drop dead.
Yeah, they don't expect him to drop dead, but he does.
What did they expect?
I'm not sure. Brainiac 5 says, I was afraid he'd die, but he seems like maybe he thought I might have an experiment here I could work on if he survives.
Yeah, I'm sure his body is in his lab somewhere on the to-do list. He's like, I could put Computo's brain in that. Could be my butler.
Just zap him, bring him back to life whenever I want. Or Lightning Lad could do that.
Yeah, so we get good use of Projector in this one, though she doesn't get a single speaking
right.
Even though she's pulled this off herself, like she's still just in the background the entire time.
Yeah, she's in 2 panels of this comic, but she basically saves the day.
Mm-hmm. Also, Superboy seems to have broken his arm.
It was that antimatter thing, I guess, huh?
Yep.
Maybe it just burned him. Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it turns out that Projectra created the burning Metropolis, or the destroyed Metropolis. Chameleon Boy, of course, was impersonating Richter. Mike Assad, he collapses and goes back to being dead, and we never see or hear from him again.
Indeed.
The moral of the story: greater love hath no man than this, that a man may lay down his life for his friends.
Isn't that what they said at the end of It's a Wonderful Life?
Pretty close.
It was something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been more effective if one of the Legionnaires had laid down their life to save the Legion team, in this, like, as a way to sort of connect the sacrifice that Assad made with something happening to, like, the protagonists of the story that we like.
Right. I think it's a pretty decent story, but I think it suffers from being too short. A lot of times stories are dragged out too much. In this case, it feels like it lacks weight because they move through it so quickly. Yeah,
like if this was a prose kind of short story, like they would have a couple of vignettes where Assad gets to a town and meets somebody, befriends a kid or some shit like that.
Right.
His memories start to come back to him, and he's
plays seesaw with a kid, throws him into the lake. Everyone thinks the kid's dead.
Yeah. And he would start to regain his memories and be troubled by his life as a soldier for the wrong side.
Yeah, and there could have been an interesting confrontation, like Metropolis was the bad guys back then. You guys colonized my part of the world, or something like that.
And this comic would have been made just about 200 years after the creation of the United States. And so maybe that was in the air. This,
right.
Well, that's Civil War. I was thinking Revolutionary War, but nobody knows the difference anymore between those things.
Props to Count Dante there.
The Black Dragon, huh?
I have a T-shirt that has that guy on it. He's on the back, and then that logo on the bottom is on the front.
I like that. I'd buy a shirt with that on it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, deadliest man
alive. About Murray Boltinoff.
Oh, wait, one more thing about this comic.
Oh, okay.
They also say that they're going to erect a statue in honor of Mike Assad.
So next time, people will know not to hurl lightning bolts at him.
Yeah, I just thought it was strange because in my reading of this comic, Mike Assad is from the opposing side of the battle.
Right.
So why would you erect a monument in his honor?
I guess because maybe it's a civil war that maybe both sides look sympathetic afterwards, much like ours did up until recently. I think they went out of their way not to like villainize the South, even when we were growing up. Whereas now we can come out and say, no, they were wrong. We shouldn't have put up any statues. We shouldn't have done any of that shit. In order to try to settle things and preserve the Union, the country was careful not to villainize them. Like
that makes sense to me. Yeah, like that sounds like I don't know, reasonable. Maybe the wrong word, but like that sounds like someone's logic to having monuments to fucking Robert E. Lee or whatever.
Right, but it's okay now. We can call them out for the racist motherfuckers that they were. But that does not absolve the North either. They did the right thing, but probably for the wrong reasons. I don't think they were that interested in social justice. I don't think Lincoln was all that interested in it.
So you're saying Lincoln was a shithead?
I'm saying, yes, the South were racist, but that's not me as a Northerner saying I'm better than the Southerners. The Northerners were also plenty racist.
Wait, so who's good?
Nobody.
Fuck.
So the notorious Murray Boltinoff, he is the reason Soldier is not black.
Soldier's supposed to be black?
He is supposed to be black.
Wow.
And possibly, I'm not positive on this, they might have been thinking about putting him on the team, which I don't know how great that would have been. But now I don't know the motives exactly. Maybe he was worried, like, we've never had a black guy, and the one black guy we bring in is going to be a crazy guy killing people. I don't know. Probably not. But Mike Grell was pissed off about it. Shooter was not happy about it because they intended the character to be black.
Where'd you read this at?
I've read it in reviews of that issue. It's not the first time I've come across it. And in some of Grell's complaints about his run on the series, he's mentioned that.
That's far out.
This is, of course, before they finally brought in Tyrock, which he was also unhappy with the way it was done. But
and Tyrock is what, 216, and this is 210.
Mm-hmm.
So half a year later, they got Tyrock.
Yes. Two things I thought of. Neither of these are facts. These are just wild, crazy guesses. But first of all, I wondered if the spelling of the name was some sort of play on like a black pronounced soldier or something like that.
Yeah.
The second thing is, since it does seem to be implying that maybe there's some kind of civil war going on and you have a black soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was it another race-related war? I don't know.
Yeah. See, I was thinking that since it happened 200 years ago,
mm-hmm.
that it was like a 1,000 years in the future sort of reciprocal of our Civil War versus today or something like that.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
I mean, our Revolutionary War. But But yeah, like if he was going to be black, they could have done it 100 years ago. And then they could have been like, this is a metaphor for the Civil War of the United States that happened in 1860s or whatever versus 1960s. Well,
again, might be reading too much into this, but I mean, this is 1975. We're 1 year away from the bicentennial.
Yeah.
Maybe that had some significance.
I was also looking at the movies of 1974, and there's this movie that was called.
Does it have a similar name?
It's called Dead of Night.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Bob Clark movie. Bob Clark of Porky's and The Christmas Story.
Oh yeah,
a good filmmaker. This is a movie. When you read the description, it's a deceased Vietnam soldier a year after his death shows up alive and well at his home back in the States. Like he got blown up over there. And it's like a horror movie or something where he starts killing everybody, I think. And I'm like, maybe Shooter saw that movie and developed it into, a 30th century superhero thing. After watching the trailer, there's really no other similarities besides dead soldier. He's alive now,
Right.
But I don't know. It looked like a good movie too. I maybe should watch it sometime.
It did, like this story feels like it was influenced by something else.
Definitely.
For sure. And it reminds me of those, I don't know what story it was. Maybe there was a million stories just like this where like the guy is trained to be a soldier, but then all he knows how to do is kill. Yeah. I think maybe even the first Rambo is kind of like that.
Rambo's definitely like that. Like, yeah. In fact, at the end, his boss shows up and is like, Rambo, you got to stop doing this. And then, yeah, I don't think it works in the way it does in this comic, but,
right.
Yeah.
Wasn't Rambo a book first?
I believe it was a book. Yeah.
I wonder how old it is.
But yeah, it seems like, I think there's a lot of stories like that about just like the idea that training to be a soldier is kind of brainwashing and they can't adapt to regular life again. And it's all for no good reason, for perpetuating violence and war,
Right. Yeah, I think there are a lot, but the Rambo book is 1972, so it's also possible that he may have just read the book.
Wow, this is Rambo.
Well, these idiots have definitely set it up for a perfect sequel because they're going to put a statue of him up. And it'll probably be made of metal, and it'll have him holding a gun up. So it'll be a perfect lightning rod.
So it can get struck by lightning and the statue will come to life?
Well, no. Presuming they leave him once again.
It'll be his tomb. His body will be in the statue.
Underneath the statue.
Yeah, right. Because that's how all those monuments to the Confederates, there's actually a dead Confederate in that statue.
Yeah. All those old statues that went up like in the 60s or 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found some remains.
Yeah. I think there are statues above dead bodies somewhere.
It's logical that they would be in there, but
yeah.
I don't know how realistic it actually is. Like, it's not their graves. It's a monument.
I guess Brainiac 5 could figure out a way to move him, but I guess my assumption was he was returning from where he came. Like, he has to be buried once again underground. Like, he's too radioactive or whatever.
With the dirt from his home state or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's kind of an interesting comic in that, like, the Legionnaires are actually almost kind of an afterthought. Like, in my memory, the way this comic plays out, it's like all about Soldier, even though he's kind of a zombie. And there's like, it's only 11 pages, but there's the part about saving Phantom Girl. That's sort of a subplot to the overarching plot of the Soldier story. But yeah, it doesn't even need to be a Legion comic. It could be any comic or any other heroes could have been up against the zombie reanimated soldier.
Right.
So it's more of a soldier's story.
I think this story would have, I think it's good, but it probably, obviously it would be better longer. But at this length as is, it seems a little underwhelming as an A story. Like if there was a 18-page Meteor story and this was a backup, this would be like an awesome backup.
Yeah.
Usual.
Definitely a good backup.
But this issue is basically two backups.
Yeah, they split it right in half, right?
No, the second one is shorter, even. Like the whole book is only
7 pages. Wow.
I think it's only 18 pages of story. It's just crazy that they would try to pull off 2 stories in just 18 pages.
Right. Yeah, I wonder what they're thinking about. Then the Karate Kid comic it's still Grell and Shooter.
Same team.
Seems really slight. Even it seems slighter than Soldier, even,
Well, But it's shorter.
Well, yeah, it's a couple of pages shorter, but for basically the second half of the comic, like nothing happens. There's a lot of drawings and a lot of words.
Right. It's just a shame because both of these stories could make a better 22-page story than almost anything from the Baxter series.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're burning through these great ideas.
I wonder what a like I never read any of the recent Jim Shooter Legion comics. I wonder if they're as packed with sci-fi ideas or if he's just done. If he's writing Paul Levitt's level type of comics.
I was always so frustrated with that. It's like you got Jim Shooter back, but this is not the Legion. This is not his Legion. This is some new Legion. Like, can't you just give him his own series where he can tell stories with his characters?
It's weird that they went that route. And they did it as if the comic book reading public wouldn't notice. Like, right. Oh yeah, we get Jim Shooter. We put him on the Legion title we've got going now. But we all know it's not the same shit. It's like right. 2 whole teams removed from what he wrote. So it doesn't count. It's like...
I wonder if he used Karate Kid very much, because he's alive again. I guess you at least have that going on. My sense is that's his baby of the team. I mean, obviously he created those 4 characters, but then he has this origin here. He's putting the care into it. I have a feeling like this is the character like he came up with when he was a kid. That's almost the whole modus operandi of the whole getting into the Legion. I'm going to put my guy. Mm-hmm. This is his savage dragon. You know?
Right.
I mean, he puts a lot of care into this origin. It's sort of cliche, but he has a more elaborate origin than most of the Legionnaires. I mean, most of them, their origin is they were born on this planet that gave them this power.
Right.
To join the team in the story.
Like, what did we know about Karate Kid before this? Was Sensei in the mix before this story?
Not yet.
So this introduces Sensei.
Right. But he of course shows up later.
Yeah, they use him more often later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in this one we learn about Karate Kid's parentage. And I guess maybe prior to this you knew nothing about Karate Kid?
No, and this is also, it serves as a little bit of a retcon because this is where they established that he is, what do you call it?
One of his parents was an Asian person, yeah.
He's a Asian European person.
Right, mixed heritage.
So mixed lineage, yeah. Which is sort of overdue, like maybe he wanted him to be Asian to begin with, but Murray Boltinoff or someone said no.
Yeah, some white guy with a stick up his ass.
Right.
Said no, none of them.
We need to have this redheaded Irish guy be the master of karate.
Isn't that what the Marvel guy is? Iron Fist?
Oh.
Is he Irish?
I think
he's blonde.
I think he's some sort of Dances of Wolves business, right?
Yeah. Dances of Wolves.
Last Samurai.
White savior type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But to me, that kind of adds a layer to the character that they ended up having to do it that way because then he to me is like he's an Asian guy with red hair. I don't know. I think that's interesting. More interesting
for karate.
For Karate Kid.
Right. This is called the Lair of the Black Dragon. The Black Dragon Fighting Society, where Karate Kid goes up against Count Dante.
I believe this is the first appearance, right, of the new improved Karate Kid.
Like with the new costume and stuff?
Right.
Possibly. I didn't really do my homework on this one, and I can't remember on the top of my head.
You son of a bitch.
It seems like it. It seems like it must be a fresh start for Karate Kid in the Mike Grell era to give him a new costume, an origin.
I've been caught in my lie already. The issue previous, he's wearing that costume.
Okay. Yeah, they gave him the white one with the black fist on the chest for like one story.
I like that one too.
But yeah, even if he showed up last issue in this costume, this is where he's getting off the ground. Shooter's diving in, going to give us the origin of
clearly he's fighting some Durlians here without antennas.
Yeah,
he gets all orange.
He gets jumped by these orange guys.
Does it look less jarring on newsprint? Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's just me that I accept these guys as like this is what a Asian person in a 70s comic book looks like.
Right.
They are much more orange than any human ever is, I think.
It's a step up, though. Like 15, 20 years earlier, they would have been just yellow.
Yeah, just straight 100% yellow. And actually, yeah, this guy he didn't get any magenta in this panel. So this is what many Asian people look like.
Right.
But most of the comic, they're this orange here.
So he's in Metropolis getting jumped by these thugs. He points out that they're black belts. So they are karate masters like him. And their leader actually blocks one of his blows, which he says has never been done before. Like he catches his fist, I think.
Yeah, catches it or deflects it. It says parried one of my blows. I don't know what it means to parry a karate.
I should have asked my son. He could explain it.
Does he know all about parries?
He's a karate master.
Black belt, huh? Was he 7?
He's not black belt yet.
Oh.
I think he's purple belt. I don't know. He just moved up another rank.
Well, that's cool.
He's talking back more and more.
You think he'll be black belt pretty soon?
Yeah. But then you go through, it's like there's kids belts, and then you go through once you get past black belt, then you go through the adult belts. So
and then after that you have to go through the 36 chambers.
I'm pretty sure I can still take him. I mean, my legs are a lot longer. I think I could just like kick him across the room before he got a hold of me. But if he like came up from behind, did like some Pet Cemetery shit, I might be.
I bet he's
in trouble.
I bet he's faster than you, old man.
Yeah. For sure.
Like, he doesn't need strength. He'll use your strength against you.
Yes. I am Superboy in the scenario, though I'm much older than even Superman.
Yeah, and you're not super whatsoever.
No.
Yeah, but this dude who starts out by sicking some karate masters or Karate Kid, then he's like, hey, man, it was just a test. I just had to prove it was you. I knew it wouldn't hurt you, but give me a break.
I need you to kill a man. Karate Kid's like, you got the wrong guy. You need to call the Fatal Five. I'm one of the good guys. We don't do that shit.
I think it's funny that Karate Kid's like, I don't kill people, but let me give you the number of
here you can
who will kill for you.
These guys will help you. The Fatal Five, whom Karate Kid single-handedly beat.
You wouldn't think they would be high on his recommendation list, huh?
He knows he can take him.
Yeah, he can take anybody.
That's right.
But he probably can't defeat this guy.
He
because
can
that dude
karate chop a gigantic chain that's wrapped around the earth.
Yeah, but this dude who parries his thrust, he might be a good matchup.
My wife parried my thrust one night.
Yeah. Haven't tried that again, have you?
No. She said one is enough. One kid is enough. Parried the thrust.
Did you say no one has ever parried my thrust? You're the first. And she said, I don't believe that for 1 second.
Right.
This dude wants to get revenge for the murder of his best friend, Karate Kid's father. What do you think of that?
The plot thickens. It's fucking crazy. We haven't heard of his father.
Well, and all of a sudden he's got a best friend who's also a karate master. You would think the Karate Kid would want to get to know this dude, but he sends them away. He's like, nah.
He thinks it's a trick.
Yeah, but he also knows revenge is wrong.
We then get a nice callback to the core tube terminal.
Oh, is this not a new idea?
No. Yeah, I think it's popped up a couple of times over the years. I'm not sure if this is the first reappearance, but it's in one of the very first Legion stories. It's one of I can't remember which one. Supergirl tried out twice.
Okay.
Right. The first time, remember, she was temporarily too old or something like that because of red kryptonite, so she couldn't join. Second time she joined. In one of those two, in some feat of strength and worthiness of the team, she burrows this terminal hole, this core hole.
Oh, she creates that, huh? And she also brings out some swords and stuff from it, some ancient relics.
Right. And now that I think about it, they do, during the Baxter run, I think Timberwolf takes this core thing to Japan as well.
Well, what do you know?
So there you are.
It looks like a good idea.
Yeah.
Elon Musk should make one of these with the Boring Company.
Yeah.
If he's so great.
He is. He's freed up a lot of time and money. He just fired a shit ton of people. So Karate Kid, I guess maybe, is he like following them incognito, or is this just kind of what he wears? Because he doesn't really look disguised. This looks like it kind of goes with his outfit.
Totally, yeah.
Same color scheme. This is like the full costume. Like normally, he throws the cape and hat off before he gets in fights, but
yeah. The regular outfit has that big yellow collar, but then the cape has a tall collar too.
Right.
Which I think would maybe conflict with one another. But yeah, he's got this cape that's held on with a big chain and a big white hat. And it's clearly on over top of his Karate Kid
right.
super gi, I guess.
It's like the karate pimp.
All right.
There's a feather in that hat.
Yeah.
He's going to karate chop his hose.
Oh, jeez. You said more racist shit than you did in the Tie Rock episode.
What's racist about that? There could be white pimps and Asian pimps and...
Guess so. That's true. You're right. And I guess they all abuse hoes.
Isn't that like the job?
I don't think there's good pimps who don't abuse their what do they call them? Their stable.
Are they really called stables? I
think so.
Did you just make that up?
No, I think
that's pretty bad. He was a benevolent pimp.
Exactly. Yeah, there's nice ones who they protect you, but they don't shake. It's
like in the South, they had benevolent slave holders.
Right. Yeah, but now Karate Kid's in Japan trying to track down these guys. Does this guy give his name? The master?
What's the bad guy?
Sadaharu.
Yeah,
yes. We don't know he's a bad guy yet. We just are suspicious of him, but
they're well aware that they're being tailed. They're baiting him.
Right. Sadaharu knew that was just part of his plan. One way or the other, they were going to get Val Armor, Karate Kid, to go with them to this place in Japan.
The Nullitron Dome, where the killer of Karate Kid's father has taken refuge. And it is indestructible. It is impenetrable.
Not for Karate Kid.
But not for Karate Kid, who has this, doesn't have powers, but sort of maybe has a power where he can sense the weak spot in anything.
Yeah, they never really elaborate on how that works. Like if he can just, I don't know, touch this giant dome and be like, it's way over there is the weak spot. Or
right.
Like it's too boring to show him examine every square inch of this dome for 2 days. They just skip that part.
Well, to me, this is sort of the magic of the character. I think the writers understand that too. They never come out and say he has a superpower that he can find the weak spot or something like that. You always make it a little ambiguous, like maybe he has a power, but maybe not. Maybe he's just a very lucky, well-trained dude.
Yeah, there's no luck about it. He knows every martial art in the universe.
Right.
But yeah, he busts into the Nullitron Dome. They call it, it makes it sound like it's like a tourist attraction or something, you know? But it's up in the mountains and one murderer can hole up in there like it's a box canyon in a Western movie or something. Right. It's the Nullitron Dome where today there's a killer holed up in there. Last week, Led Zeppelin played there.
Right. It's like that place in Las Vegas where U2 played.
Yeah.
The giant dome.
It's like a sphere. Yeah.
Right.
It's like Budokan. Anyway, it gets in there at Sensei. Karate Kid recognizes this killer hiding out is his old sensei. Trained him in all the martial arts.
Trained him and raised him.
And he admits, I killed your father.
He did indeed kill his
Obi-Wan
father.
Kenobi right here.
And then the origin is revealed. His father was the Black Dragon.
Count Dante of the Black Dragon Fighting Society.
Deadliest man alive. So he was the leader of this villainous gang, this Foot Clan, the Hand. Is that costume that he's wearing there, is that what Karate Kid 2 wears? Doesn't he wear something kind of like that?
His is red and black with, yeah, it must have some kind of dragon motif on it too, but it's not precisely this, but
right.
Yeah, it must be inspired by this. Whoever designed that, was it Lytle or LaRock?
And we find that Sensei was a Karate Kid himself. He even calls himself a superhero, which I think is...
Oh, yeah, he says he was a superhero back in the old days. Yeah, this is another little historical tidbit that Shooter's putting in here, that there's... That the Legion of Superheroes that we follow, they're not the first superheroes of 1,000 years from now. There was some earlier superheroes 950 years from now or something like that.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty it's a cool idea.
There might have been superheroes fighting in the war that happened in 873 AD. No,
Maybe.
2873 AD.
Where's Booster Gold and all that? And Commandy?
I don't think Commandy ever had a date. Booster Gold is the 24th, 23rd century, something like that. So the 2200s, only a couple hundred years from now. Must be more than that. It must be more like the 24th century.
Well, anyway, the proto Karate Kid, the previous, his predecessor, the young sensei, fights and kills his archenemy, Karate Kid's biological father, and only then realizes that he had a kid that needed to be cared for, so he takes him in.
So he kidnapped Black Dragon's child from Black Dragon, or from Karate Kid's mother.
Oh, was there a mother involved?
Yeah, they show a drawing of her. She died shortly after he was born. Okay.
Oh, right, yeah.
She's a beautiful redheaded Irish person.
That totally seems like a story set up there, too. Like, if Shooter stuck around, would she have shown up alive at some point?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, the seed would always be there, whether he ever got around to it or not, which I guess is his plan.
They should have had him write that series. I bet that would have been cool.
Would have been a much better comic. Yeah, I mean, the people writing DC Comics in the 70s, they kind of sucked. They were kind of hacks.
Jobbers.
I mean, Jerry Conway wrote like 50% of the DC Comics, I think. Carrie Bates is okay. Kind of hits and misses. I don't know. I'm kind of isolated. I don't know who all the writers were, but all the 70s DC shit I read is not that great. Just average.
Yeah.
It's for little kids too, so that's the problem partly. But like, this is for kids. This is also for kids. This Legion book.
Well, they're kind of
and there's some ideas
funk.
in there, you know?
They're in a funk, sort of like they're finally kind of free from some of the constraints of the Silver Age Weisinger rule, but they don't really know what to do with it yet. They haven't realized the potential. All they can really do is kind of look over at what Marvel's doing and try to do what they're doing. It isn't really till like Jeanette Kahn takes over and they start encouraging guys like Frank Miller do more imaginative stuff.
This is kind of a period when it's like fans turn pros or running the ship, and they're all these guys who are in their 20s and stuff. So yeah, sort of the I don't know, like I was about to say like the level of professionalism has changed, but maybe not, you know, just the art style has kind of gotten more modern. I think the storytelling style is maybe not too different.
Like the writing hasn't caught up to the drawing. Yeah,
maybe. Like, you know, like you think of the guys like, who is it, Arnold Drake, Bob Haney, those type of guys. These guys seem more in control than the writers of some of these 70s comics, which seem like they just seem kind of half-baked. Even the Shooter comic, sometimes it seems like it's about to fall apart.
Yeah, he's just getting back in. He's probably having to play catch-up.
Yeah, it could be.
Because like last time he was writing comics, Kurt Swan was drawing them. Things have changed. But I know there were some good DC comics from this time. We're just forgetting them. Like little one, like I remember Archie Goodwin was writing some Batman stuff, like that Manhunter series. There were good things. You know, Jack Kirby was doing the Fourth World stuff.
Yeah, I'm just,
even if it wasn't appreciated at the time.
Yeah, I must just be only looking at the past through shit-colored glasses.
And it's probably a hierarchy too. Like probably the Bat and Super books were getting the top tier talent, and Legion's further down in the pecking order.
I guess there's a reason the ones I've read came out of a dollar bin.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to this comic. Let's finish off this fucking comic. There's one page left. Sensei shows Karate Kid a picture of his mom, and then evil Sadaharu bursts in. And Sadaharu says that he inherited all the Black Dragon Club from Karate Kid's father.
That's right. The picture of Karate Kid in the upper right, is that like the school?
Oh, shit. I think you're right. Yeah, man. Well, it's close. It's obviously traced from something.
This is like an iconic Bruce Lee photo or something.
Yeah.
Like we know this image.
Like this middle panel in the second tier. Like, I think Grell came up with that one himself, while this other one was copied from a movie still, for example.
Right. So he whips their asses and tells the sensei it's all good. You're more my dad than my dad was. He was a dick.
And that's kind of interesting, too. Like, he has no loyalty to his own father. I guess just because he didn't know him. But he doesn't feel any conflict about loving Sensei more than his own father, the guy who murdered his father. But it's because Sensei is pure and good, I guess, right?
It's in a way, the flaw in this is the same flaw in the first story. Like, there's no room for this story to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't get some scene where he's off on his own after he's left Sensei, where he's thinking about it like what really matters to him. And
right. Yeah, he can't weigh the nuance.
Right.
There's just no time.
Right.
He has to be a decisive karate master. And
Right.
he just knows that this is the right choice. That hate my father, love the man who killed my father.
You would think maybe with more space, he'd want to sort of validate the claims. Like, I love Sensei, but maybe he's tricking me. Maybe the other guy's right.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the other guy does reveal himself to be also a bad guy who wants to kill Sensei, but could all be a lie.
I mean, but yeah, he's relying entirely on the words of both of these guys. Seems like there'd be something showing him breaking into someplace, looking at old files.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he's been raised by Sensei and maybe just knows him to be a benevolent person.
Right.
But also, Sensei could have been lying to him the whole time and put on a mask and changed himself into a guy who acts like a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that happens in everything, in all kinds of these kind of stories where there's crosses and double crosses and triple crosses.
And the other thing about this story, again, it's good, but it does feel like the plot it feels like this plot must have been thought of before. Like, he wasn't the first guy to come up with this particular plot, where the guy ends up going with his surrogate father.
Yeah.
As opposed to his true father, who's the evil guy. Like, that would not surprise me if that is a plot of a
Kung Fu movie.
70s Kung Fu movie.
I could see this being a story where Karate Kid takes over the Black Dragon Fighting Society. And now not only is he a member of the Legion of Superheroes, he's tasked with turning the Black Dragons into a good operation, or like
that would be
untangling their organized crime or something like that.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of Crying Freeman.
Okay.
Where, I mean, he never tries to go legit, but it's about the ascension of a guy who's like, weird. He's a brainwashed killing machine who is an assassin enslaved by this martial arts crime cartel thing. But then he rises through the ranks and eventually he's in charge, but he's still going around killing people and having people assassinated and still running the crime operation. But that could be Karate Kid could be Crying Freeman.
Or he could lead them with a mask on, trying to change them within, and then the Legion gets sent to stop them, and he's got to play both roles.
Yeah. Both roles.
Like the Legion
and change clothes all the time.
The Legion doesn't know that he's the leader of that team. He's keeping it from them.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, that's also some story that's been done a lot of times before. All this stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Right. I'm just thinking about how cool it'd be to have if they'd done a thick little Karate Kid black and white manga following that, like instead of a so-so 12-issue series, just do a one-off.
What if they reconstructed the Karate Kid series and made it a good comic instead? Like, you can still have him be displaced in time in 1970s New York City. Still have that Iris girl who's like sort of his girlfriend, but ultimately cannot be because he has a fucking fiance.
Did she die? Did they kill her off?
No, she turned into Diamond Death, but then Brainiac 5 cured her.
Oh, a rarity. He did it right away.
Yeah, he didn't waste any time.
Karate Kid should have knocked her up, and then she's like his great-great-great-grandmother or something.
Yeah, crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, she would have been Valentina Armour's ancestor. Oh, that would have been insane.
Well, it boggles the mind. We've already done the next issue, I think.
Yep. This was, 210? Superboy 210.
We've done the next two.
Yep. Check out our old, terrible videos for 211 and 212. 212 was our first episode. Wow. Legion of Super Rejects.
How did we start there?